Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So I'm going to try to take this one step at a time. First of all, the sun stands for the Skywalker, right? His perfected form, he's not a big, strong guy, right? Okay, in his perfected form, I'd say, about 6'4", 190, 195 pounds. It's not big at all. And of a certain body structure, right? It's not a white body structure, Jewish body structure, not a body structure you're really familiar with. Somewhat similar to Michael Jordan's, but there's distinct differences in terms of you can tell that it's a striking body, pure heterosexual, none of that LGBT stuff in it, no LGBT craftsmen, pure heterosexual. Okay, and there's a lot of groups that are jealous. The less gay-seeming white people in the military, for example, crest-wearing people, tall, kind of skinny, are jealous. Shorter people are jealous. A lot of different types are jealous. Okay, so when we look at the Tears of the Sun movie, we look at the rising of the sun, we look at the hut of the first sun. That person probably is related to me, right? It's an Igbo statue, but it's not the idealized, it's not the ideal warrior. And I think that, we see this kind of, in Western culture, demons are depicted as big and these kind of short Jewish-looking fairies, short English-looking fairies, their false depiction of Jesus, like Dionysus. It's a tall, skinny, kind of uncoordinated person. There's a Da Vinci Code. They try to make those people seem ideal, right? So I think that's why they let that statue slip through the cracks. They made it look gay, gayish, right? They put a little cartoon gay in it. And people need to grow up, They need to grow way up. So in Egyptian mythology, you had Apep trying to swallow the sun, okay? And there's all kinds of implications, There's astrology, astronomy, but the main implications are martial art implications. A long story why that is. It has to do with the spirit of chaos. People wanted to cheat me out of my right to lead, especially with a focus on their dick, which is like a poisonous snake or a destructive snake, okay? Out of, this kind of fanatic lust, LGBT lust, arrogant, rich lust, what have you. They're trying to kind of cover up who I am, get rid of me, get rid of my presence on the earth. And after my flesh is gone, that's it. The earth will be in the realm of the dead. There's not going to be someone who's going to be the sun ever again. And the sun in Psalm 19 is the symbol of the bridegroom. If you have any questions, put in the comments. I think I've been pretty clear here. So that's the first part of this. When we get into Romeo Must Die and Tears of the Sun and these other connections I found doing searches before I decided to stop doing these kind of picture searches where I was getting hacked in the next week. And I'm being hacked so many ways in my phone, right? And I have videos that prove that. I put on the playlist one of these videos that I show where they're typing stuff into my phone remotely and so on and so forth. And they're browsing with the phone and so on and so forth, okay? And they're obviously doing it as an act of terror. Of those thousands of views, many of them were law enforcement agencies, agents rather, inevitably, and they didn't lift a finger to stop the gang stalking because America's a satanic, white, Jewish, and LGBT-run state. Token minorities, what have you. So this is like the first part. Then we'll get into, Romeo Must Die. It has to do with what I just said about the light of justice, the light of romantic justice, moral, mental, spiritual, romantic justice, martialist, marital, scrambled, Christ is the bridegroom. So what is true love like, right? It's not these Western marriages you're seeing. It's not the fairy depiction stuff. It's not the movies you see. It's not the relationships you see. I go as far as say true romantic love in its pure form, in its true form. Real love has never occurred in America. Okay, the closest thing to it was probably me with one of my girlfriends having a moment. Or me with my ex-fiance talking from across the world. But other than that, it's never occurred. And it has to do with the lack of righteousness and justice as the foundation of it. They're just conformity doesn't allow for it. Selfishness, cheating me out of my right to lead, not being the Royal African Falcon Martial Order. These things don't allow for it.